Hello children, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to see class 10 polynomials first revision in this chapter. So first we will discuss about the geometric meaning of the zeros of the polynomial. So in class 9 you had learned how to find the zeros by calculation, and now this year you are going to find out how to find the zeros of the polynomial geometrically. So it is as simple as you had learned in your ninth standard. So now here you can see a line which is intersecting the x-axis at one point. So whenever you see a straight line which intersects at one point, here it touches the x-axis as well as the y-axis, but we are going to consider the point where it touches the x-axis. So now we can say that here the given polynomial is a linear polynomial. Okay. So if the graph of any polynomial meet the x-axis at only one point, then we have 1, 0, and it is called as a linear polynomial. Remember, in linear polynomial always the line will be straight line and it will touch the x-axis at 1.
Now here when you see there are U-shaped figure which is called as parabola. So now whenever you see this U-shaped figures, that is which is called as parabola, you can immediately name it as quadratic polynomial. So here in a quadratic polynomial you have to check how many times is this touching the x-axis. Now when you observe here, you can see in the first example it touches at 2 point. Here also it touches at 2 point. In all these four examples, you can see it is touching the x-axis either on the negative side or at the positive side of the x-axis. Now when you see it is U-shaped, which is called as parabola, but it is not touching the x-axis at 2 points, but it touches at 1 point. So these are the different possibilities. So here we can say that it is having two real zeros of a polynomial. Then you may have a doubt. In these four examples we have two zeros. What about these other examples? Yes, maximum in a quadratic polynomial you can have two real zeros. That means you can have even 1 0 also, but at maximum you will have two real zeros. So you can have less than 2 also, that is 1, where these are the examples. Though they are quadratic polynomial, they will have 1 0 also. That possibility is also there. But whenever you see this U shape, you must be able to say it is a quadratic polynomial. So now let's see the next type. Here when you see, they are not U-shaped, it is a curve. So now when you observe this curve, see where it touches the x-axis. In the first example, it touches at 1, 2, 3. And here you can see it touches at 1 and 2. And here also you can see it touches at 1 and 2 points. So from this, what can you observe? So you can observe that it's a cubic polynomial and it touches the x-axis at 3 point. So we can say it has three real zeros of the polynomial. So maximum it can have 3, you can have even less than 3 also. But as soon as you see a curve like this, which is not in U shape, you can say it is a cubic polynomial and maximum it can have only 3 real zeros. So how are we going to decide the number of zeros? By seeing at how many points the curve touches the x-axis. So now let's see the next example. So now here you can see the same curve which you saw in the previous one, but here it touches at 4 different points: 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here also it touches at 4 different points, but here you see it touches at only 2 points. Here also it touches at only 2 points. So from this, what can you understand? You can understand that it touches the x-axis at 4 points. So it intersects the x-axis at 2 points and touches at 1 point. Okay. So now maximum it should have 4 points. So if it touches at 4 different points, it has 4 real zeros. So this curve can have even less than 4 also. But depending upon the number of points it touches the x-axis, you can say how many zeros it has got. Now moving to the next example. Here you can see there is neither a curve, okay, and there is neither a U shape, but you have a straight line and that line is not at all touching the x-axis. It is on the y-axis and it is parallel to the x-axis. So now these type are called as constant polynomial. So you might have learned in your class 9 what are constant polynomial. Now by seeing this geometric expression, you will come to know what is a constant polynomial. It does not have any real zeros because it is not touching the x-axis, and here the p of x will be equal to a constant which is taken as k, and x value you can take any value 1, 2, 3, 50 to infinity. Now, viewer, you have an exercise. Which of the following correspond to the graph of the linear or the quadratic polynomial and find the number of zeros? So, as I told you in the previous examples, you saw how to find out. So, now we will see how to find. So, in the first one, you can see it is a straight line. So, it is a linear polynomial and the number of zeros is here 1 because here it touches at 1 point. Then next you can see it is a parabola which is not touching the x-axis. So it is a quadratic polynomial and the number of zeros is 0 here because it's not touching the x-axis. In this example, when you see here in the third example, it is a quadratic polynomial, it's a parabola, but it touches at 1 point, so it has 1 0. And here it's a parabola which touches at 2 different points, so it is having 2 zeros. So now these U-shaped, what are they called? They are called as parabola. Now here also it's a parabola, and in this case, first case, you can see it is a quadratic polynomial, and in this example you can see it touches at 1 point, so it has 1 0, and here it's not touching the x-axis, so it has no zeros. Now this is also a quadratic polynomial, so it touches the x-axis at 1 point. And now let's see the next example. This is neither straight, it's not neither U shape, and it is one curve which touches the x-axis. So now you can say this polynomial is neither linear nor quadratic. So the number of 0 here is 1 because it's touching here at 1 point. And now the last one, the polynomial is linear as the graph is a straight line and it has only 1 0. Okay children, so I hope I have made you clear the geometric representation of the polynomials and how to find out the zeros of the polynomial. So now meet you in the next video. Until then, take care and bye children.